All right, Isophyne has entered the contest. Let's discuss. Yeah, so Isophyne finally has entered the contest. She's bleed immune, she's a fractured power bar, she's also a mystic idol, and she has a marked passive for those pesky defenders like Serpent. And wow. So first up, let's discuss her combo. What is her combo like? Well, her combo wasn't bad. I found her really fun and engaging to play. You can just pick up and go with her. It was the fractured power bar that I was still a little uncomfortable with. I was still trying to figure out how that worked. But once you get the hang of it, it wasn't that bad. She has some decent specials, and she has Mystic Dispersion built into her kit, which she does not even need to be awakened for. And that can really benefit a lot of players with that ability. So yeah, she's really good. I had a fun time playing her, and we're definitely gonna get into all of those details. So you know what we got to do first? Let's talk about her strengths. What are her strengths? Well, one of her strengths is a lot of power. Since she has rank 3 Mystic Dispersion built in her kit, she's always gaining power all the time, and it doesn't matter who you're facing. Unless, you know, it's a debuff immune, she's going to gain that power. She also has a fractured power bar, so you can choose what special you want to throw, like right there. I threw the SP2, and I still have plenty of bars of power, and then I threw the SP2 again. So yeah, that fractured power bar is so clutch. And also, she has a really effective nullify. Her nullify is one of the best in the game, and it's really easy to apply. You do it with light hits. There's no special way to do it, so yeah. But she does have some weaknesses. One of her weaknesses is time. She's a bit of a ramp up champion, and if you have something like Miles with the miss, it can definitely slow her down and make her less effective in the fights. So yeah, time would definitely slow her down. And also, people or champions who are nullify immune, if she can't nullify, she's not going to gain as much power, and she won't be as she won't gain her power gain and be effective against it. And champions who are buff immune, if you can't, like I said before, if you can't nullify, then she's not going to be effective, and it completely shut her down, and there's not much you can do with her. Great thing about her though, she does have a few immunities. One of her immunities is she is bleed immune. So those, like, for the damage masteries, people who like to use those damage masteries, she's going to be effective for that. And also, she has another great immunity. She's immune to cold snap and frostbite. So champions like Iceman, they're a thing of the past with her. She is totally fine against those frostbites and cold snap champions. What is she like awakened though? When she's awakened, she's going to start the fight with a power gain passive, and it'll grant up to 99% bar of power over 10 seconds. So she kind of does need to be high sig when you're playing against her. And to be honest, I don't know if I would use, well, if you want to counter Serpent in Battlegrounds, I would use a generic awakening gem on her, because she does have an effective mark passive, and it's indefinite, and it's 125%. But as an attacker, activating a special attack grants Isophyne a non-stacking regeneration passive, healing up to 0.6% of missing health for each equal passive over 4 seconds. So again, she kind of does need to be high sig to really take advantage of that healing. And that marked passive against champions like, you know, her prestige 27 to 20, so not bad prestige. But yeah, that marked passive is really going to help you with Serpent and Battleground. So yeah, she kind of does need to be awakened, and she's really going to benefit from that marked passive right there. So keep that in mind when playing her. What is she like on defense? Now, on defense, in my opinion, I thought she wasn't a bad defender. She was just annoying. Her specials can be really long, so she's going to eat up a chunk of time in Battlegrounds. And the fact that the power bar is fractured, you don't know what the AI is going to throw. The AI might throw an SP1, or the AI might throw an SP2, and she has that rank 3 Mystic Dispersion in her kit. So she's going to be kind of an annoying defender. She's not going to be a tricky defender at all. It's just you got to figure out what you're dealing with, because those specials are going to eat up a lot of time in Battlegrounds. And as you can see, it can be a little bit challenging, but champions like Torch are just going to melt her, because, you know, Torch counters all Mystic champions. So if you have a counter like that, or pretty much almost any science champion is going to counter her effectively. So keep that in mind. And her specials aren't that tough to dex. They can be a little annoying, but even champions like Onslaught here, he's going to do quite a bit of damage against her because of the neural shocks. And she does have some immunities, but she doesn't have any, like, all that many resistances. So she's not going to be a bad defender. Annoying at times, but not really all that bad in my opinion. Stat focus, I would recommend for her because you know you have that fractured power bar and you can pretty much throw your specials whenever you want. I would go with special damage plus 8% on attack and special damage plus 12% on defense if you have the 7-star. Leave a comment below if you think there would be other stat focus, but those are the ones I found effective for her in my opinion. But you know, I'm open to suggestion. But since you're gonna be throwing a lot of specials with that rank 3 Mystic Dispersion built into a kit, that's what I would recommend in my opinion. The relic I thought would be good for her is the Iron Fist relic, only because there are certain things in the Iron Fist relic that you can do that you with her, especially with that power gain and those regeneration and that wither and other effects that she has. So go with the Iron Fist relic. What Masteries do I recommend? I think she's actually going to be good for Mystic Dispersion because she already has it built in her kit. So the more Mystic Dispersion, the better. She's going to gain like infinite power and double edge since she's bleed immune, and she got regeneration if she's awakened on her specials. Depending on the ego charges, she's going to be regenerating a lot. So she could be good for willpower healing with the damage masteries. So yeah, those are the masteries I would recommend. But yeah, I think she's going to be really good with those masteries, in my opinion. But what are my overall thoughts for her? Well, she does have some pros and cons. Her pros, she has that power bar, so you can choose what special you want to throw. She has rank 3 Mystic Dispersion built in her kit. She was a free champion. I gotta give Kabama props for that because she was free. She has a really easy play style, but she does have some cons. You got to play her kind of aggressively, and she's kind of AI dependent. She needs to be awakened. She needs high defender, and she's kind of a weak. I mean, she needs high sig, and she's kind of a weak defender. But overall, I think again her pros far outweigh her cons offensively in battlegrounds. I feel like she's a good champion. I would invest in her, and I want to see what her synergies are going to be when the other idol champions come into the game. So overall, I do like her. Getting used to that fracture power bar is going to be interesting, and dealing with that advanced power gain could be a bit tricky, especially when you're in battlegrounds and the AI has tons of buffs. So, but the good thing is that power bar is fractured, so you can still choose whatever special you wanted to throw. And I'm really a big fan of that fractured power bar because that's a new mechanic in the game, and no other champion in the game has that. So overall, I think she's a solid champion, and I'm looking forward to really investing in her and ranking her up because yeah, she's a good champion. I'm not going to put her on defense, and it kind of does suck that she needs high sig, and we do get this champion for free, but she's not going to be awakened, so she's not going to counter what's his name, Serpent, right away. But in time, when you know 7-stars awakening gems and 7-star 6 stones become more available, I think she's going to be really effective champion in the contest, and she's going to be a beast in battlegrounds. But those are just my thoughts. Leave a comment below if you think otherwise. But if you did like this video, please hit that like button, and for anyone new here, if you can hit that sub button, I'll greatly appreciate it. Y'all take care. Have a great and wonderful day.